Hi, I'm Callie Lewis. You're watching Geek Brief TV, and this is brief number 13. Good thing it's not Friday. Producing the brief is beyond fun, but the biggest challenge we face is delivering fresh news in a timely manner. We uncover stories I want to bring you right away, but because of the tyranny of the day job, some of the stories seem so stale we decide to scrap them before we have a chance to get them on the brief. We're still working on this whole video podcasting thing, obvious, I know. But anywho, I decided I'd do a test. The following 3 stories are items we plan to cover on brief number 12. If you have time, I'd like to hear from people who haven't already heard or read about these items in another format, or from those who think, oi, with the poodles already, that's so 4.6 days ago. Number 1, my favorite. Worldwide Aeroscraft Corporation is designing a new type of air travel. The first thing I thought when I saw this was, oh, the humanity, because this idea isn't exactly new. The original hydrogen blimps were created to be passenger ships in the air, but I guess the idea was abandoned after the Hindenburg tragedy. The Aeroscraft is a flying hotel. These things aren't just blimps. They combine helium with 6 turbofan jet engines that assist in takeoff and landing. The craft is 200 yards long, would have a range of several thousand miles, and a top speed of 174 miles per hour. Because of the low flying altitude, the cabin would not need to be pressurized. I don't know if this will ever be a reality, but I love the idea of a more leisurely form of travel. Number 2, if Netflix put pressure on Blockbuster, MovieBeam hopes to put pressure on the whole lot. MovieBeam is a Disney company that's releasing a box that will receive high-definition movies over the air. The box comes preloaded with 100 films, and about 10 new movies are sent each week using an unused portion of the public broadcasting spectrum. I'm intrigued, but drilling down into the details, I'm dismayed by Disney's love of restricting how their content can be enjoyed. Movie rentals cost the same as a rental from a retailer, and I'm fine with that, but rental is only good for a 24-hour period, and I just think, how stingy can a company be? Let me keep a film until I'm ready for another film, and then you're making me an offer I can't refuse. This is a great idea, but for me, the offer just isn't good enough. Number 3, I made my first web page when I was 14 using Notepad and Netscape. I stole code from websites to make rollover buttons and added all kinds of flashy crap to make my site as tacky as possible. But in the process, I learned a lot about HTML and eventually JavaScript. That's what the open source movement is all about. Once code has been created to perform a certain operation, it's so much nicer to share it than make somebody else reinvent the process. Krugle is a search engine for open source code. It indexes code and documentation so developers can search, reuse, and improve on the work of their programming peers. It's also nice that it distinguishes between languages. Geek Brief TV is written in PHP, so if I want to add functionality to the site, like I have time for that, I can search Krugle and save some time if that functionality has already been created by somebody else. That's it! I had to redeem myself after dancing with fish in one show and playing with fish last time, which isn't to say I won't do something silly on the next show. Since I'm operating in the tech space, I'm always a little afraid Steve Gilmore is going to yell at me if I'm not 100% serious all the time. Wait! I do have to tell you about one more thing. I've been trying out a product called the PedGead Ped 2. That's right, PedGead Ped 2. It's a stand for an iPod, and it's ideally suited for an iPod with video. It's low tech, it just holds your player in the perfect position for watching videos. I like the functionality of it because I often put off watching video because I have to do something with my hands, so this makes it easy on me. On Valentine's Day, Neil and I went out to our favorite restaurant. We were too tired to talk, so we took the Ped 2 and our iPod and watched a movie while we ate. The stand is adjustable to hold different types of players, personal organizers, or phones. Sorry. Thanks again for watching. I'm Callie Lewis, your fearless leader.
Dude. Callie looking good.
Another Pod Show podcast. Stick it in your ear.